Hi, so it's my birthday. I'm 25, which is, well, I mean, it's a quarter of a century, which is how long I used to think I was going to live. And then my dad died recently, just shy of 50. If he had still been alive, he'd have been 50 just last week, which now has made me think, what if 50 is how long I get to live? You know, and then if that's the case, then I'm already halfway through my life. So that's sort of, majorly on my mind. And I like to take a birthday because, I'm not a party goer. I'm not going to go, yeah, let's celebrate because, I made it through another year. I actually like to take this time to look at my life, look at where I've come, look at what I've achieved and what I haven't achieved, where I've still got to improve on things and sort of make some sort of plan for the year ahead, because that's me. I'm a planner. And, worth looking back to realise how much or little of an achiever I may be. Obviously, certain things have gone very well. I mean, Nerdcubed is doing wonderfully well. I'm very proud of of how well that's going, and it's moving at a rate which is, I'll be honest, I was arrogant. It was sort of within the realms of where I was aiming for, but normally I overshoot. So the fact that we're actually meeting my lofty expectations is wonderful news. Really happy with how that's going. I'm happy that me and Dan are still getting on together and that we live here in this lovely London flat. There are lots of good things going on there. And the fact that I own a company that is, it's a job that I enjoy. And, if I don't enjoy doing one part, we can change it around and make it so that I do something that I do enjoy. It's a very nice, good opportunity for me to do things. So this is definitely something that has happened in the last year that's been really great. Being able to, really take those steps and acquiring so many new fans who follow me. Obviously, we'll go through some of the really big drawbacks. My dad dying, not a good thing this year. Wasn't really my fault, but, in the year of 24, of my 24th year on this planet, I am going to remember Dad died, that wasn't so great. So, that's the obvious, what was the good and what was the bad. But as many of you know and have seen from my other videos, I have major problems suffering with things like depression. And as many of you will be able to tell from the lack of videos, both on this channel and the In Real Life channel, my ability to follow through on things is never quite as good as it needs to be. My brain works a lot faster than I can get round to doing things, and I'm not sure if it's a courage thing. There's definitely a lot of fear of failure, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, which means I want to make sure that I've got everything covered before I actually make something. In fact, it's a real credit to myself that I'm even making this video, because I had a plan, then realised the plan wouldn't work last night, and I'm kind of winging it at the moment, which is really rare for me to just say, no, I want to do this video, let's go and do it. I don't know where I'm going to end up. Let's just talk into a camera and then we'll try and save it in editing. So far as my depression and massively unhealthy living style, I have actually made steps towards those. Since about mid-February, I really made an effort to say I'm going to focus on really trying to keep my depression in check, and I've been a lot stronger since doing that. I've only ever really got down to about 1 or 2 on a depression scale, whereas I used to be getting regularly down to sort of 6 or 7 out of 10. I've only got to 9 once, which was a very dark time. But for the most part, I was a lot lower than I was now, and I've managed to keep myself a lot closer to being strong. And I've actually had some positive days, occasionally a few days in a row, particularly a few this week. A few months ago. I'm starting to get days where I'm not depressed at all, and that's great. To actually have a day where I enjoy living life and things just seem nice and happy, and I can actually go and do things, and it's not a huge deal. Just stupid things like being able to take the rubbish out and put them in the bins, which Dan insists that is my job, and things like that. Just leaving the apartment can be just so hard when you're depressed, even when you're only slightly depressed, and just the ability to have a day where suddenly you go, what? I'm just walking down some stairs and throwing the bin throwing the bag into a bin. It's not a problem. Why did I think this was such a big deal? So being able to do that, I've definitely made some improvements, but I've still got a long way to go. I'd like to, live. My dream would be to have a few depressive days a month. That would be great. Or, one depression day a week or something. That would be great. I don't think I'll ever necessarily be free from it in total, but I would like to get to a point where depression days are rarer than good days, and I have a lot more of these good days. So I've got a way to go, but just in the last, as I said, 2 months, 2.5 months, I have made progress on that. In the last 3 weeks now, I have managed to slightly improve my diet. I've taken a few more vitamins, and my variety is majorly down, and at some point, probably later on this year, I will have to address the fact that I have the most monotonous diet. But the monotonous diet is balanced is so not the right word. It gives me the right number of calories. I'm not overeating or undereating. I'm not snacking. And I have managed to cut down my Coke intake in the last 3 weeks from 4 litres of Coke a day to 1 litre of Coke a day, which is a major step for me. And I've managed to keep that up for 3 weeks so far. So that's going very well, and that's something that should hopefully keep me going a little bit longer. And also on the health front, it's worth noting that I have actually been exercising. Not as much as I was hoping to. I was hoping to get sort of, a reasonable, a mid to high workout sort of 4 or 5 times a week. And I've been averaging about 1 or 2 light workouts, but that's still better than any other point in my life. The connector's been working. I've actually switched programs now. We did use the Nike one, which was just angry, and spent every 10 seconds going, "I'm not picking you up! I'm not picking you up!" And I'm like, how's that my fault, you stupid piece of machinery? There's the new one's just sort of, just go ahead and do it, and actually has games that are fun. I should probably come up with the title of that. It's Use Your Shape. Your Shape. That worked better for me. So, I'm not going to say I enjoy it, but I can do it without completely hating myself afterwards and going, "Oh my god, everyone hates me, whoever said that I should do this." I get to go, okay, what's next? Which is good. We've got through all of the obvious things, what would I do in my career, what would I do, sort of healthy lifestyle matters. Now I want to address my social life. Or more, the fact that I don't have any social life, and I'm completely terrified of all of the steps that lead me towards having a social life. I know this sounds weird, because it's not entirely a social life that I want. I mean, it's not like I'm really there going, I'd really like to, have a huge group of mates that I can phone up and we can all go to the pub. I like talking to people one-on-one. I'm good at one-on-one. This is how I work, okay? This is why vlogging works for me, because I get to talk straight to you one-on-one, and I get to do that with an awful lot of people all at the same time. It works wonderfully for me. Problem is, you don't necessarily get to be able to speak back to me in quite the same way, and there's a certain lack of human contact, which is perhaps slightly becoming an issue. And I also want to become more connected with the other YouTubers around. I really want to push the In Real Life channel, because that's my bit. That's how things work. But I really want to keep moving that forward and sort of get more involved in the YouTube community. And to do that, I need to start knowing people and talking to people, and that would require leaving the flat for something other than a supermarket trip. So that's tricky, and that is probably the biggest area that I'm looking to improve on. So the idea I had was, for the moment, we'll start in the comment section, and then at some point I will update the description in the area underneath there and give you a link to my Reddit We'll create a thread or something. I'm sure we can do that. And then we will start talking there. And I'd like to have a discussion about maybe setting me some challenges, and not a sort of, learn the hula hoop or, become the world's best puppeteer or something. I'm looking more for sort of, just small little things that I can do to try and get myself to leave the flat and to try and get myself involved in things and to actually try and move on and progress with my life. So some things will just be, obvious things like, if there's a vlog that I particularly want to do, like sometime in the next 2 weeks, I should really do, there's a vlog that I want to do for the In Real Life channel called What Is in a Name, which introduces the concept of why my name is what it is and what it symbolises. But that's something that I will forever be saying, go and watch that video if you've got questions about my name. Which means I want it to be a video that I'm proud of and it's perfect. But as mentioned, I spend forever planning for these things to be perfect and they don't necessarily happen. So, just things like making that happen. I am thinking about doing a challenge in the... No, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to set myself the challenge to go to the YouTube creator space and try and just film a small vlog in one of their booths, just so that I can go out, I get to go into the middle of London and I get to meet other YouTubers and people there. That seems like a good idea, right? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I'm interested in feedback this time. I do read the comments on these channels anyway. Slightly less than much on the In Real Life. There's a lot of comments on that section. So we'll see how things go. But I do want to hear back from you. I want this to be more of a sharing process. There used to be a saying where they said that when they took a photograph of you, that, it took a part of your soul. And so, you're getting my soul 30 frames per second. This is me, and I want to be a better person because I'm a person who's here to entertain you, and a person... I think everyone should want to be a better person, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not necessarily a different person, I want to be connected in the world. I want to have more than 2 people I actually talk to, and that's probably a good thing. And I know it's hard for me, partially because of my autism, partially because I've got so out of practice of being with people, and it's something that I really want to work on. So I think that's the plan. We'll see what you have to say about this. I don't really want to say whether or not it was a good year or a bad year. It really all goes down onto the how much do I value my dad's death versus how much do I value the business doing well. I think we've definitely made some big potential good moves, and my dad dying is gonna suck for the rest of my life, so it was a bit hard to call that one. Sorry it's been so low energy. Like I said, this is just one of those ones where I knew that I wanted to do this, and so wanted to get it moving, and the hope is that, when I get moving, I'll be able to make plans quicker and adapt to situations quicker and be able to get these things to work quicker. Quicker is good. So, that's the plan, that's where we're going. Thanks. Bye.